Okay.
Yeah, I think we are live now.
Okay.
And try once. So it'll also show on your events. Let me just double check and I will be 100% sure that we are live. So I get the notification that we are live. Yes, we are live. Congratulations. We got it. Okay. All right. Thank you, Wendy, for joining from UK. I think it is 12:30, 12:40 in the afternoon, and in India it is 5:15 around that time.
Well, good evening, India.
Good evening, India, and good afternoon, UK. So nice to have you on board here. And I'm so great that you want to know the iVillage story and the iVillage bag story. And yes,
Mm.
definitely have something to share because this is something we created over a period of 8 years. And a lot of success stories of the women who work every day, leaving their home um, leaving their home in the sense village homes to come and manufacture these bags. And then thankfully they get to go back in the evening. They do not have to migrate. And this is what iVillage is trying to work. So creating a sustainable environment in the village where people don't have to migrate to cities in search of work, particularly women, and giving them a social status in the whole in the community. So this is what iVillage is about, and I'm glad we had a conversation and you wanted to capture and know more. So, and a little bit about you that I know you're a life coach. You are a very profound personal uh, change maker and work with women, especially who are leaders, who are in a leading role and in supporting them uh, through the spiritual humanitarian journey on how to be better humans and therefore how to be better leaders. So the emotional quotient is what you really work on, and I think we've been doing it for years before emotional quotient became the important piece nowadays. So yes,
Absolutely. Well,
share
I'm
something
so glad.
about. Yeah, sorry,
I'm
go
so
ahead.
glad that we met, and I was captivated immediately by the story of your organisation when you shared it with me. I think being in service to women in different ways that you and I both are, and that's not exclusively women. Men can join the party, can't they? But I think for me, yes, the helping the humanitarian spiritual leader to move herself out of her own way so that she can succeed is one of the really important things. And what I loved about your organization was this idea that, well, it's a social enterprise, really, isn't it? It's this idea that um, it, that you're so cognizant of the need of the women that you serve um, as employees within your organization. I think that's absolutely beautiful. You have such a strong sense of the challenges that they face going to work, and what ideally they need. They're ready, willing, and able to work, and you allow that, you facilitate them to be able to access the workplace and stand on their own 2 feet. So I just really felt that yours and my organization had such a synergy. So yeah, so I was really keen to find out a little bit more and to share with my listeners what kind of products you actually, what kind of projects you actually make.
Right. So it looks like my video froze, but I can still hear you, so I would continue.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
can you can you hear me?
I can. You dropped out briefly, but
Right. Yeah.
you're coming back,
So
I think.
yeah, I think it's just the internet which is bothering right now. Let me.
Okay.
Yeah. So um, it all started. Yeah. Hi. When it all started, when I was in Ernst and Young, in EY, and just it. I think it started when I was a kid, and when I used to visit my village, and it's runs in the family where we have an NGO. My grandfather started this NGO about educating the girl child, and then I realized that yes, there is education for girl child, but then there are women who do not uh, who have passed the age of education, but they do not know how to earn, and there is a dire need to earn. Because if I can explain the kind of situation that a lot of them face is, husbands move the spouse moves to the cities in search of work.
Mhm.
They are either alcoholic, which is really that happens in that part of the community. They move on, they leave their family and forget about them, and then this female is back home waiting for him. There are a lot of accidents that happen. He can either be handicapped, or he doesn't come back, like he is, because we have such situations happening. That's the story of a developing nation that happens. So a lot of time this female in the village is left. She's capable to work, she needs work, she just doesn't have the courage to step out of the village. And better, she should not, like, let's not relocate everyone from one position to the other. And so she wants to work, but she doesn't know how to do it. And the only means of earning livelihood is agriculture. And most of the time, they have given up their lands to someone under debt because they needed money. So they had to borrow some money through, and that was kept as mortgage. Or just that they're so poor they don't have it. So either they're laborers on somebody else's land, or just there's no means of livelihood. Hence, the male counterpart had gone to the village, gone to the city to earn. So thankfully, even if they're earning fine, they're sending some money home, she still has a lot of expenses to take care of, and she can be a contributing member to the family. We just have to train her, skill her enough to get the products going. And they're smart, they are focused, they're not distracted. They don't switch jobs like a lot of us in metros do. Um, and they're just committed. They are simple people, have with simple demands, like somebody take care of their kids when they're in school, or rather smaller than school. Somebody takes care of that. Somebody takes care of the transport, because that is not a very good infrastructure that we have in the village. So it makes it difficult for them to come to the production center. So just basic things, if one can take care of, they are dedicated people who want to learn, earn, and grow, and take care of their families, and do not want to migrate
Mm.
because they've seen something. So then that's what it struck to me. I said, is there something we can do? And I created a business model around it. Yes, I'm a passionate entrepreneur, did not understand business. I just dived into it because I wanted to help women. But then thankfully, some sense came to me, and I realized that it's not charity. I cannot be raising funds and doing it. It has to be a viable business model. And that's when my knowledge and my education of around the world that I I've been studying in US and in India, and I picked up on that, and I said, okay, let's create a viable business model, and started to create products. We we experimented with a lot of products, and then after lots of learning and understanding, we realized that something which is uh, high in demand, continuously needed, is what we can develop. Because if if iVillage is to be in every state of, actually literally every village needs iVillage, a model like that. So if I have to replicate it, then I have to find a product which is so useful. It is needed continuously, and it cannot harm the environment. It has to be for the environment rather than against the environment. So, and we identified that cloth bags, especially post COVID, when we had brought in so much plastic, uh, just because in the form of PPE gowns, in the form of masks, in the form of N95. So let's do a bit to bring in more cloth, more natural piece, and at least make our presence felt there. So building up these two scenarios, putting them together, women in the village creating products which are helping the society and helping them being empowered, financially empowered. This was whole model that we came together. It was not so difficult.
It's such a clever, clever idea. It's so incredibly observant of you, and I love the way you talk about, what you learned in college, and then really what happened when the rubber hit the road, and you actually looked at the environment around you and saw what was needed in the space. I think that's really, really important. And so, your major product is the cloth bags. Is that right? Is that what you generally tend to lead with?
Right. So, cloth bag is a product which everybody is aware of. I did not create it. It was there always, time before beginning. So I didn't have to create it. Yes. But what I realized is that I have a knack of design, and our whole team, all of us, we are design. We have something, and I think I got it from my mom and the team. The kind of people we came together, we attract similar kinds. We all have a knack for design. We are all observant. So how can we make a bag which is continuously used? Where all are the bags used, and how, like, anybody can make a tote bag, but what will iVillage make it different for things so it's used more and more? So we researched for almost 6 months of how to make a comfortable tote bag and what all shapes are comfortable, and a lot of them. And again, out of like 100 products, we came down to just 20 or even less than that. This is ideal shape scenario in this budget, in this kind of area. If you're going for groceries, if you're going for something similar, trekking, travel. And in the journey, we learned that, funny, but at least in India, nobody was selling cloth shoe covers. So we put, yeah, cotton shoe covers. I checked the whole Amazon. Everybody had synthetic plastic shoe covers. A simple basic thing as shoe covers, plastic. We just introduced cloth shoe covers, and touch wood, it's just picked up. Then we
Right.
said, okay, let's bring some vibrancy. We just picked up some leftover material, which I was not sure how to use it. I just made colored shoe covers out of it, and that picked up. Now we are in a problem of where to buy the leftover fabric because they just picked us up. And then we created a bag that we are very proud of, that you also saw, a small bag in a pouch, which is a small bag which opens into a big bag. In IKEA sells it, Decathlon sells it, but what we make, I have people giving testimonials saying this is not what IKEA sells. Yours is more researched, more user friendly. Though it's not so much in India. The IKEA hasn't brought it in India, thankfully, because I would want to pitch to IKEA and say, use this bag instead. So we designed it ergonomically. We designed it that it is 12 kgs of weight. Let me just show you. I should have it with me. Just give me a minute. I always carry it. Yeah. So something, yeah, I always carry it. So something as tiny as this. Um,
Perfect.
we call it world's lightest bag. So there are women who are ready to make the products. As a team, we just come together and we say, okay, let's research about the best product because we want to sell in volumes, and a
Mhm.
passion to help more and more women get more and more work just drives us. So thankfully, we find similar mentors who mentor us, and they gave us the way. And now this bag is always Amazon choice on Amazon. Amazon is a good place to, maybe across the world they say that they charge a lot of margin, but what I like about Amazon is that it just gives you instant results, instant feedback.
Right.
So your clients, if
Yes.
the
Perfect.
user is not liking it, you will see it in the reviews. Then close the product. Do you rework on it? So far, whatever we have been selling has been well appreciated, and it just we are in a position problem where we want to hire more women so they can make more products and sell. And that's a great place to be.
That's a wonderful place to have. So if somebody wanted to buy your product on Amazon, what would they search for?
You could, well, we have a brand store, so you could write iVillage. That is one
Perfect.
easy way. And just depending on the product, just write bag in a pouch or a foldable bag, shoe covers, travel pouches. Just search the way you like to search. And if we have done all the keyword research though. If this is exactly what you're looking at, you will find us. And we are always, like I said, we're Amazon choice on. I think we have some 10 SKUs and four are Amazon choice, and we are building up on the other ones. The cork. So other natural fabric that we use is cork. This is cork. It's a vegan substitute of leather. We have dyery made of cork, and we created this dyery which has no bleach, zero bleach paper. It's called tree-free paper.
Love
And
it.
yeah, we use it. We write it with white pen, but you can write it with black pen too. So whenever those kind of products, we created a lot of wallets and utility pouches on online. But really, actually, if I may say so, our strength lies in, or we enjoy working with the customer to create customized products for them. That's what we really enjoy. So something like bag in a pouch, we are selling to corporates, we are selling to individual owners, to travel companies, to people, small farm owners who want to give something to people who visit their farms. We are giving this and customizing it to their brands and name and selling it in India, UK, Germany. It's just going
Yeah.
all over. So that's
You and
what
I
we
were
really.
talking, weren't we, about some of the people that I work with, and and I myself run retreats, and we have clients that we network with, and that we really want to have them remember us in a good light. And we were talking about how having a tote bag for a retreat would be such a brilliant idea. And it doesn't need to be in massive volume, does it? I know that you do, that your bags benefit the larger brands, but how could you for example support the smaller business owners, for example, like myself?
Okay. So when we make a bag, Wendy, we if like when a brand approaches us and they want volumes, that's a different game. That's obviously I like IKEA or somebody, they come up with their own design and we create, and that happens and the pricing is discussed and that closed. But when a small business owner or any business owner who comes to us, um, and especially a women-led enterprise or women-led business owner comes to us, we we create with them their identity on the bag, your logo, your name, and things are just one of the things. But we actually say, let's put a message that why and how you want to be remembered in the world. What is the message that you want to spread out? So we work on those marketing lines. We are storytellers. We enjoy doing that, and we put those messages, and that creates a ripple effect. So when we sit and we work, it's ideally, so we say, at least order a one chunk of things with us, something like there is a price to it. We can discuss about that. There's a minimum quantity to it, or either ways. But we sit and we discuss your business, your identity, and how you would want to be out there. It is more important to design your bag or whatever you're giving a giveaway than you're designing a website, because that product would be, or if not more than equally important, because people would be remembering you with that. You will be out of their phone and in their life. And suppose in a bag, I say you will not be in their phone. A phone is like a 3-second visual, but you'll be in their life. You'll be there with them in and out if you design a right bag or right product and give them. So it's important to choose it nicely, put the message out there. For that, yes, we say to have a minimum quantity, because it'll be viable for you. It'll still be cheaper than all the social media expense that you incur or any other business marketing expense that you incur. But have a minimum quantity, because you will realize that it is the best way of spreading the word and making sure that your clients remember you. Every time that I put that out in a conference, business owners who have a through mindset and a progressive mindset, we just close orders right there because they understand what I'm saying. So a minimum order can be, we can have a one-to-one chat on that. Depends on that product and depends on what you want. And I'm always open. My Calendly link is available on LinkedIn, and I'll be more than happy to have a call about it. But understand that it is your identity. Take it as your identity you're passing on to someone, like as important as your visiting card, rather more.
I love that. I really love that. And you know, the price point, and we'll talk about that in a minute, but the price point is so reasonable from you know, from a business owner's perspective. And who doesn't love to receive a gift? You know, if you were giving somebody a bag, it's so useful for them. It's so lovely for you to have your brand then, you know, literally carried around with that individual. And I was really so pleasantly surprised by the investment, and knowing that, I mean, you assured me that that investment that I would be making in the bag is everything that is needed in order to support your ladies that work and create the bags. So I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about price points.
Sure. So the maximum that our bags have gone to, a good quality canvas bag, a very high quality canvas bag. Usually, the best that we charge is 250 rupees, which is equal into 2.17 pounds. We say, yeah, just 2.17 pounds. That's a good quality tote bag, which a person would use well. So if you say, just imagine for 1 year, if you're giving it to someone, the life is at least 3 to 5 years. No billboard, no advertisement, no newspaper ad, nothing goes for 5 years for 2.17 pounds, or even 3 years, or even 1 year. So that is the cost and the investment. A simple thing. We just made our life so fast, we forgot to come back to the basics. And some when I
Mm-hmm.
was in when I had just started my job, or rather I was in college doing my MBA. A lot, even now, we give a lot of T-shirts for running marathons and for running events or any kind of events. We give a lot of T-shirts. The same thing is now being done by bags. Because our t-shirts and that has become more personalized and brand related and all those things. So now those things are done by a bag. So imagine yourself placing a t-shirt with a bag in that events that you give, and a lot of people do that. So your bag being carried by someone who trusts you, who recommends you, who is a conversation starter for you, who is your brand ambassador, for 250 rupees or 2.17 pounds. With shipping and everything inclusive, it could be
Extraordinary.
3 pounds. Are you there? Did you freeze? Hey, can
Wow.
you hear me? Oh, you're there.
Yeah, I know, I'm here. It's extraordinary. I couldn't
Okay.
believe the value when you told me. And so, you know, that led us then on to other conversations, didn't it? Because, you know, I'm sure you and I will design my tote bag that I can gift to my corporate clients very soon. And then that led us on, didn't it? We were talking about, you know, a group that I run where women are creating their own oracle deck. So I have one right here. So this is a deck that somebody within my group has produced, and she decided that she would go with this beautiful pouch.
Yeah.
And you know, here's the deck for those of you that don't know. You know, cards. So a card deck inside the pouch with these beautiful illustrations on. And you and I got chatting, we got throwing ideas around, didn't we? And I said, you know, would it be possible for your enterprise to create something like this? And you said, yeah, of course, you know, let's have a conversation. You let me know like the design and what kind of colors you'd want. And for me, I said, well, this is wonderful, because this is something that I can share with the deck creatives in my own group. And you know, it's a great alternative to a box, you know. And so most decks will come in, I'll just reach over here, they'll come in a beautiful box like this. Is another lovely deck that somebody's
Yeah.
created within that container, and this happens to be a box. But these are absolutely gorgeous, sustainable, beautiful alternative. And so I'm very much hearing, Ira, that you can work with somebody like me, or somebody in a larger company, and really look at customizing something that works for both parties. Would that be right?
Yes, absolutely. I would love to do that. And like we were discussing, it also came to mind. I'm a very sustainable mindset person. So, what also, the other thing that came to my mind was we could use printed leftover fabric and create pouches around it. uh, and what beautiful if if it's being sent by women who appreciate and who are making it with so much love. Recycled fabric or fresh fabric, whatever, we can do it anyhow, anyway. And imagine if it writes and says, this empowered me. How, like, I village women got empowered with this bag. Just the feeling itself is different. You are not just buying a product, you're buying a piece of somebody's heart, like something which you can't really pay for, but it's so precious. And it's the yeah, I think the everybody, whoever does that business booms, like, just so much good wishes and good luck comes their way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I certainly know that everybody that I work with would completely understand, what it is that you're achieving in the world, and that they certainly would connect to the feel-good factor of having supported an organisation such as yours to, to benefit their own business as well and their own clients. So it's absolutely wonderful. Is there anything else that you think that you would like to tell us about? Anything about the way you work, the products you create, or the way that you work with business owners? Or do you think we've covered everything?
I think we have, but just in case if there's anyone who wants to know, I would share the process. You could book a link, you could book an appointment with us. We sit and we understand. It doesn't take 1 or 2 hours, it only takes 20 minutes of your valuable time to understand what you do. And will bags really work for you, or is there any other product that would work for you? Though I highly recommend bags, but we make other products as well, like soft file folders. We help work with doctors and healthcare professionals also. So we sit and we understand, and then we create a soft copy. We share it with you, the front and the back, and all the pricing and everything. Obviously, we actually take pricing from you. We understand your budget and we create it around that. That's always more beneficial because it shouldn't be heavy on your pocket in any way. And then once that is done, we create a sample, we send it to you. International borders, we either courier the sample, or if you're comfortable with just the picture and the video, whichever way you're comfortable, it works for us. Because sometimes when the time is too tight, if you have an event or something coming up and you just want it really quick, so we do it via video. Otherwise, we recommend we send it to you, and then that's it. Then we make the production happens, and step by step, the cutting process, the sample approval, pre-production sample approval process, the stitching, finishing, printing, everything is informed to you, like Amazon informs you. In India, I'm continuously referring to Amazon because they are ones who just keep informing you that your products have reached the packing stage, your product has reached the out for delivery stage, and all that. I hope it's doing the same in other countries too. So so we keep it post informing you about it, and then once the product is delivered, we take your feedback, and we keep in touch with you in case you need help on how to talk to my client while giving them a bag. We train you even there. How, what message would you want to put across, so that a gift is great when received, but received with message is so much more powerful. So we train you even that, and then we keep in touch with you. We keep checking on you. We keep checking on how the progress is, because it's not a one-time relationship for us. And yeah, that's how we grow. And if you want to see, if you want videos of your product being made, we share that too on request. So this is the process. I share the price. Timelines are usually 15 days, but sometimes, touch wood, there has been time in last 1 month that we have been flooded with orders, and our people also, it is harvest time for them, so they couldn't service the orders. It was also harvesting season, so we have not been able to keep up with the timeline of 15 to 20 days, 15 to 20 working days. So it has stretched, but we keep you informed and we plan this, and yeah, that's how we work.
That's wonderful. Well, certainly 15 to 20 days wouldn't be an issue for me or any of my clients. I know that it can be a little bit more time sensitive with other people, but I think as well that when people realize and understand, how thoughtful you are in terms of understanding that the women need to be in harvest right now. Once you explain that, I think that people will, if they can, come on board with that, as long as they don't have something that's particularly time sensitive. So it's certainly something that that me and my clients would understand for sure.
Sure.
Well, I
So
can't wait to get creating with you.
same here. I'm equally excited, Wendy, especially our Oracle deck. I'm really excited. I would actually start to order one for myself to connect with it better. Right. So, yeah, yeah, looking forward to that. So, to about your question on harvest, like I said, our production center is not situated in a city or a tier two city or a metro. We are in the village where we do not make. India is all about. India started with population, maximum population in the village. Unfortunately, a lot of them are moving to the cities because that's where the development is happening. So our effort is reverse migration. When there is reverse migration and existing people to get work, we have to work with their schedule. Uh, because in metro, so how when I started this was, I know a lot of export houses or buying houses had this problem that we are not able to complete orders because people would just run away and not come back. They're running back to their home, and that there is harvest time, there's festival time, there are those times when you all want to be with your family, be there. And since we respect this, we know this is going to happen. We know this festival time happens in October, November. We know another festival happens during March, April. We know harvest happens during then. So we are able to plan our calendar. Yes, a little bit of ups and downs do happen. Like this time, we were not expecting so many orders. It did come. But we work this around that because that is also a part of life. That is, I mean, we all need food. Before bags, we need food, and it is harvest, and it is there the whole year. They harvest and stock for one full year, and that's how the farmer market works. So we appreciate and we respect that, and all the festivals and everything. And it is women who is working. All we need to do is plan well, and women who needs to go home, take care of the family. So a normal, this may be a little touching for you. I will explain a life of a woman in iVillage or in any village in India. So if at all she ends up working, so she wakes up 5 o'clock in the morning. She takes care of the household, cleaning, etc., makes food, and around 7, 6:30 or 7, she leaves from home. There's no time to eat food. It's just preparing food, preparing meals for everyone, the in-laws and the kids and everyone. And she packs her tiffin and she comes to, though she's only 5 kilometers away, but it takes her almost an hour because she may end up walking all of it, or she may be waiting for almost half an hour, 45 minutes for a bus to just come and pick her up. And because, like I said, the transport infrastructure is not so great here in that part of the country. So she really tries her best to reach the center by 8 o'clock. The first break time that we have is at 10 o'clock. That is about 20 minutes break. She would eat her tiffin that she brings, which has no vegetables or anything. It's just chapati and some salad, basic salad in it, or pickle maybe. That's we in India we like to eat spices, so salad. Then the second break happens in at 1 o'clock. and that is like a 30 minutes to 45, I think 45 minutes break. There is no food because whatever she had, she finished it 10 o'clock. She only had that much time and that much money to have only that much, uh, that kind of tiffin that she carried. Then the third break happens at around 3:30ish something. And we, as IVillage, we give them a fruit a day or a cup of tea, depending on the scenario. If it is too cold, we give them warm cup of tea. If it is summers, which is right now, we give them food. If we did not give them, there was nothing for them to eat. And then at 5 o'clock they leave for home. They go back home. There is nobody waiting for them to make them a cup of tea. They go home, they take care of the kids, they take care of the things that are pending. They work on all those areas. At 9 o'clock, when everybody has had food, it's then that she has food. So it's either it is at 10 o'clock or she has it at 9 o'clock, and then they sleep and then they wake up at 5 in the morning. So this is the life of a woman in the village. There is no creche that she can leave her kids to. There is no extra support that she can use, except if her in-laws are okay to help her, then the mother-in-law can help her a little bit or any other family member. But usually that's not the case. She has to do it all by herself. So that's the life that she. So with all those
Yes.
things, she comes to work. Um, yeah, I appreciate that spirit every day.
Absolutely. I mean, it's extraordinarily hard, isn't it? And difficult maybe for some people to imagine, and to really understand how much of a difference something as simple as a piece of fruit or a cup of tea each day would make. And my mind's whirring with ideas about how you could maybe get sponsors to help you, to kind of bring in more benefits for these women. And I just can't wait to see where this organization of yours goes.
Yes, we would appreciate the sponsors and the clients both ways, whichever way it can work. So to know more, you could look at our website. It is ivillageofamily.in. And yeah, and we will
Perfect.
wait to hear for orders from here.
Well, I'm sure that you and I will be connected for a long time into the future, and I can't wait to see where our business relationship goes.
Sure, I would be so excited, Wendy. So excited. Thank you. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
finding the story worth it to be shared to the world. And for well, I would actually invite you to India and see things for yourself. Yeah, seeing is believing, and you would be able to connect with them so much more. Okay, I think we close on the series one, and then next time we will connect to know more
I
about
think
the
we've got a
origin.
slightly patchy line there, but it has been wonderful.
Yes, yes, yes. It could sound cliche at some time, but yeah, I
Perfect.
think today is
Speak to
coming
you
from the heart.
soon.
Today is coming from the heart. It was really nice to share about iVillage with someone who has so much empathy about the model. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay.